Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Michael, or Kiratze online. Hopefully you guys are having a great day as usual, and I am back, well not back, I am here with another video, another first look video about Chronicle, RuneScape Legends. Now this is a free-to-play collectible card game by Jagex, who is the creators of RuneScape, if you couldn't tell by the name. And they just came out with their new collectible card game today, which is free to play on Steam. Definitely worth checking out, and which is one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video, because I just finished playing it just a few minutes ago. I actually was streaming it. By the way, if you haven't checked my stream out, there's a link for it in the description below. I cannot stream Battleborn, I apologize. I do hope to stream Battleborn in the future once I get a better internet, but I mainly stick to indie games, roguelikes, classics, and Duelist, which is another collectible card game that I need to make more videos for on my YouTube channel, but you can go back and you can see some of my Duelist videos there. But that's what I'm streaming, and I streamed this game today, and I checked it out, and I had a few people come into chat and teach me about the game that were more experts at it, I guess. And yeah, it has some great gameplay. It has definitely some unique things going on with it, which is why I wanted to show it off and maybe get some people, maybe get more eyes on it, because it may appeal to some of you guys. I'm huge into collectible card games, and it's always nice seeing people put a little bit of a spin on the genre, that's for sure. So I'm not going to be going over absolutely every single thing. It is a free-to-play game, so you have your basic stuff like the store, where you can buy packs and card packs, I guess. I don't really know why you want to buy card packs, but to each their own. From what I've been seeing, the prices for their booster packs are very fair. I would say it's definitely it's a little in between Duelist and Hearthstone in terms of accessibility. I would say it's a little more to the Duelist side of things, which is being more accessible to new players, which is really, really nice to see. And the gameplay is a little interesting, and it's not your traditional back and forth type gameplay. It's more like, well, it's hard to explain almost. You'll see once we get in game, but it's more you have a set piece, and you have 5 different set pieces or 5 chapters in the game, and you're really just planning out a set of turns and then sort of executing them and sort of seeing what happens there. So they also have a collection screen where you can build decks. Like I said, it is a collectible card game, so there is deck building and stuff like that. And apparently the deck building is pretty diverse, and you can have a bunch of different things going on with it. And right currently there are 5 different factions or classes, I guess. You have Arion, who's sort of like a mage class. You have Raptor, who is the tank class, very similar to Warrior in Hearthstone. You can build armor and stuff like that. Ozan, who's essentially the thief the thief in this game. It's pretty interesting the way he works in giving your opponents gold and essentially taking advantage of that. You have Linza. I don't know, I don't think you could really compare Linza to much else, but very weapons related. I guess similar to Warrior in that sense, but you're really relying on weapons and weapon durability and stuff like that. And then you have Venezuela, who's a vampire, so that's a pretty cool class where you're able to steal health and really health related things. So a very nice diverse set of classes and heroes to choose from. And so let's get right into it, and I'll go against one of the computers. So you have casual, you have solo play, and you have ranked, which is nice. You have sort of everything you need. There is also, as you saw on the bottom here, Dungeoneering. It only unlocks when you hit level 15, and from what someone told me in chat, Dungeoneering is essentially the draft mode of this game, which is pretty cool. It's nice for them to have a draft mode for anyone who's interested in that sort of thing. I'm personally not a draft person, but to each their own again. Let's just jump into solo play. There are 3 different levels of computers you can go up against. Once you defeat every single computer in each level, you'll get a free pack. So right off the bat, you can get 3 packs easy. I've already gotten the first 2 packs. I'm currently working on getting my 3rd free pack, as well as you get a bunch of in-game currency as well. Copper is what it's called in this game. So I need to defeat the thief. I need to defeat Ozan, Linza, and Venezuela. Let's go fight Ozan, the thief. And personally, my favorite class right now, or hero, is the Raptor, who is the tank. I love building armor and stuff like that, and love having survivability. So the way this game works, like I said, it's not per turn. You're going back and forth. You have different chapters. You have 5 different chapters, and you're sort of going in waves. Now, the goal is sort of dungeoneering almost as well, defeating your own monsters. So you build a deck of monsters you want your hero to fight, and you'll get different augments and things like that through that, and you can build up your hero by giving them additional gold, armor, attack, health, things like that, until you sort of get to the final chapter, which is chapter 5. Now, at the end of the chapter 5, if you haven't already defeated your opponent, you'll end up fighting them one-on-one. You'll be trading hits back and forth, and whoever dies first loses, obviously. But there are ways to win beforehand. So the way the cards work is you can see in the top left, that is the monster's attack. In the top right, it is the monster's health. And in the bottom left, and also in the bottom right in some cases, when there's 2 different rewards, those are your rewards. So when I defeat this enemy, I will discard a random card, but I will gain 1 attack. So you're able to play up to 4 cards per chapter, and you go through them from left to right. So placement and ordering does matter, and also your opponent is going to be doing the same thing right alongside you. You'll see on the bottom left, I am currently going first, and on the top right, my opponent is going second. Now, my opponent will get an additional card to be able to use, but I will be able to interact with my minions first. So where that comes into play is, let's say my opponent starts off the chapter with a 2/2 weapon, so 2 attack and 2 durability weapon, and I have an ability in this deck called Bash, where I am able to deal 3 damage to my opponent and also remove 2 durability of their weapon. So because I'm going first and I play that card first, I will end up removing that person's weapon before they can use it, essentially. But if it were the other way around, they would be able to swing with that weapon and at least get 1 use out of it before I did my effect. So ordering does matter, placement matters, and so just like any other card game, those things you have to take into consideration. So you can now the nice thing about this game is you can mulligan your whole hand, your whole opening hand. Sorry, so I can mulligan every single card if I wanted. If I pretty much just wanted to draw a new hand, so that's always nice. But I have actually a pretty decent hand here to start stacking up a lot of armor and also getting some cards going on. So I can play the KGB agent. Oops, I can play this first, and then that'll give me an additional attack. You start with 2 attack. I'm running out of time here. I don't think I need... Well, actually, I want to keep these 2 to get more armor. And I want some gold. White Wolf's nice. I don't really need the burn just yet, so I'll get rid of that. Now, you have allies and spells as well. So allies and spells are essentially things you pay gold for, and gold is essentially your mana in the game. And you can get gold by defeating monsters or through other means. In the bottom left, you can see my reward for defeating these monsters is gold. So after defeating this monster, I can pay the 2 gold, which is, you can see in the top left, is the cost, to get 7 health back. So it's sort of like a heal almost. So in terms of ordering, because these enemies, or these monsters that I have here, have 3 health, I want to be able to use this first so I get that 1 extra attack moving forward through the rest of the chapter. And that's permanent as well, but there are, of course, means from your enemy that can take that away. So I can do that, and then I can do that, and I can also do this. Now this has 4 health, so I will take a little bit of damage, but I want to get as many cards as I can early, so I think I'm going to do that and also get some extra gold, and I can save this for stacking some armor later on. So you can see on the left side our heroes are starting, so they're going to move left to right and interact with their cards at the same time, or at least I will go first. They'll do each card separately, of course, so I'll end up running into the penguin first, killing it, getting that 1 attack. I'll be able to kill this zombie with 1 hit, so it won't counterattack. If you attack a monster and it survives, it's going to attack back, essentially, is what's going to be going on. But since I'll have 3 attack, I can kill that in 1 shot. I can kill this in 1 shot, get 3 gold, get 4 armor. It'll take 2 shots to kill this, and I'll be taking an extra 2 damage from its effect, but I'll be drawing 2 cards at the end of my turn, or an extra 2 cards at the end of my turn. So here you can see my opponent is doing the same thing. Surprisingly has the exact same opening, which is always nice to see, of course. So you can see what your opponents discard when they do a discard effect. And you can also read the text of their card to see what they're doing. So you can get an idea of what their playstyle is and sort of what things you may encounter in the future. So as you can see, it's not a matter of going back and forth. It's more, you have this level, or you have this set piece, and you have to plan. You have to really just plan and then execute. I'm trying to remember the name. There's a few games out there right now that are fairly similar to this sort of playstyle where you do a lot of your strategy in a like a building phase, and then you execute that. So this is sort of similar. You build your stuff and then you execute it, and you can really, it's all about anticipating what your opponent's move is going to be. You can counter things and stuff like that, and you can really ruin their turn. For example, I was playing against the computer, and one of the first turns they had a weapon equipped, and I had this ability that was able to remove the durability on their weapon and destroy my opponent's weapon. What followed is every card that I saw that opponent placed was something related to the weapon. So I pretty much just countered her whole turn just by destroying her weapon at the very start. So you can sort of see how the planning affects your opponents and your thought process. So right here is another sort of type of card. You have a gold cost, but it gives you a weapon, which is always nice. Similar to Hearthstone, it has a durability and also attack that adds on top of your base attack. And right here is an example of a dual reward. So once I defeat this monster, I'll get 5 health back, and I'll also get 1 additional attack. So it's pretty good. Right now, I think I just want to battle, because why not? So I think we'll do this. We'll battle. And I think I might as well heal. Yeah, I might as well keep my health tip-top shape. Now, I'll have, no, I won't have my weapon still, so I don't think I'm going to attack this just yet. And I'm going to hold my bash just in case I see the weapon. Ooh. He actually wants to battle me, so I'll get to hit him twice with my weapon, which is pretty nice. I am losing a little bit of health, though. So this may come to bite me back. But I have a heal, so I'll come out on top. So as you can see, also the production value, just because it's Jagex, really, really nice. Everything is flashy. They have a lot of movement around on the screen. It's a very dynamic game, which is really, really nice. If you are planning on possibly streaming this game, I'm not really sure if I'm going to stream this game. I'm more into Duelist personally, but this is definitely a game that I wanted to, show people, and some of you guys might really, really enjoy this type of game because it's definitely unique. So that's a big reason I wanted to show it. So let's see. I have a lot of spells and a lot of stuff I can't really do with it. I can stack some armor. Removing 4 attack for my next creature would be really, really useful too. So I can do that so I can defeat this much easier. And then I might as well stack some more armor. Because reasons. So right here, I'm pretty much trading health for armor. But I get an additional 2 armor. So essentially extra 2 health. A little bit scary because my opponent is able to remove health from me. Uh-oh. I think I may have made a mistake. That's okay. We got our heal. And I got an additional attack. And then I got some more armor, some more health. So we're still relatively close, but I have an additional attack. So you can see the chapters, and you do want to try and win before chapter 5, but depending on your deck, there's a bunch of different deck building styles out there, of course. You could build a deck like this where it's all about turtling and healing and making sure that you're just buffed up at the very end of the game, so when you get to the end of chapter 5 and you end up going face to face with your opponent, you'll just be beefed up to all hell, and you can just hit them in a few shots and win. So that can be a strategy, I'm sure. So I can spend some armor to deal 4 damage. I definitely want to draw some cards. And I definitely want to heal. And I think we'll just get some armor at the very end. I have my assault, so I can spend some armor to deal damage. Because next chapter is the last chapter. So I want to make sure I can possibly deal damage to him and burn him out. Whoa. That was an interesting card. He was able to deal 4 damage for 0 cost, but he had to take damage based on my base attack. Sadly, it was the same amount. So he's pretty much just trading health right here. Wow. Luckily, I healed here because he was about to kill me, almost. And at this point, pretty poor decision on him. I'm able to come out on top because I'm able to stack armor and get more health, essentially. So right now, we're in a winning position. We have more attack, more health, more armor, and he is getting a little bit low on everything. So I can potentially burn him out here. So what I could do is I could play this, spend 2 armor, deal 4 damage, remove my weapon to get 3 gold so I could pay for bash, which deals additional 3 damage, and that would kill him. Now, like I said, though, it determines on what your opponents are doing, so you really have to plan out, because if my opponent heals in between this, well, I might be out of luck, and that may end up killing me. I do have to also take into consideration that we are going to end up fighting at the end of this chapter because it's chapter 5. So those are things you have to worry about. Might as well. Actually, I don't really need to remove my weapon. I don't think actually, I don't even know if I want to trade that. Because if I go down to 2 health and he has a way to remove my health that bypasses armor, that could be really, really bad for me. This is actually tough. I don't think I want to do anything, to be honest. I think I'll just do 4 damage to him. So you can play up to 4 cards. So like you can see here, I don't need to do anything. I feel like I should have gone for the win, though. Luckily, he's not doing so much damage to me. Deal damage to rival equal to their next creature's attack. Luckily, I didn't play any creatures. Joke's on him. And he's drawing 3 cards. That doesn't matter because this is the last chapter. So at the very end of this, we're going to fight. And right now, I'm in a winning position. And I'm able to go first. I'm able to attack first. And I'm going to kill him in the first hit. And there we go. Final blow. On the very last attack, when you kill him, you get a little weird dance move around them. So that is Chronicle, RuneScape Legends. And you can get copper rewards for finishing the match, as well as potential, rewards from leveling up. My next reward is going to be some shards that I can use to craft different cards. So just like Hearthstone and Duelist, you can disenchant and craft cards in the game. So yeah, that is essentially the gameplay. That is the basics of it. Of course, I don't know all the intricacies and stuff like that, but from what I can hear, there is a very complex, gameplay once you actually start going against other people, because it really is all about sort of, bluffing and predicting what your opponent's going to do rather than sort of do things based off that single turn, because there isn't really just a single turn. It's a series of small turns within sort of a set piece or level that you really have to worry about. So it's a very unique style of game. I really, really enjoy it, and even though I may not stick with it long term or stream it really, I do hope some of you guys at least check it out. It's free to play on Steam currently, and very, very accessible and easy to get into. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully you guys have a great night, day, morning, wherever you are, and I will talk to you guys soon.